What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to InvestQ. Again, my name is David Figueroa, and I'm going to start off the video by being completely blunt and just as transparent as I possibly can with all of you. In my opinion, I do think that most people, again, most, not everyone, but most people are asking artificial intelligence terrible investing questions. Questions such as, is this stock a buy? What's the price target for the stock? Will any individual stock that is on my watch list hit 5, 10, 15, $20, whatever they believe their price target regarding the share price of any stock that they follow. The problem with questions in this realm is these questions aren't necessarily making you a better investor. So today, I decided to use artificial intelligence in a different way. Instead of just simply asking what stock to buy, I asked it to critique my investment thesis, find the risks that I'm overlooking, tell me what happens if earnings go badly, and we use Castellum CTM as an example for this, as they do report their earnings tomorrow. And I also asked it to even build a position sizing strategy based on my psychology. And the thing about it is, I think this is a much better way to use AI rather than just having AI do all the work for you, and not just being completely generic with, because being completely generic with the questions that you're asking. Because again, the questions I'm asking, I still have to do my own due diligence and do my own research, but now I'm using artificial intelligence to optimize and for optimization purposes, mainly, again, double checking and that I'm not overlooking any risks. It's really giving me it's giving me a better perspective to my overall long-term thesis, and it's helping me make the best use of my capital when it comes to position sizing within my own portfolio. That goes along with my psychology, whether if you're the type of person that's more of a higher risk tolerance type of person, lower risk, or whatever it is, wherever you fall in that spectrum. Now, before we do get started, just a quick disclosure is that I am an affiliate partner with Prophecy AI, and if you decide to sign up using my link, the second link in the description below, I do receive a small commission at no additional cost to you. And with that being said, all the opinions in this video are my own. So first off, when we go to the strategies tab, this is the example that I'm going to be showing to you. So first prompt is basically asking my long-term, I just go over my long-term strategy, and you can read it yourself. And it's basically talking about how my long-term strategy is to hold CTM until it hits $10. And I asked it to analyze whether this strategy makes sense. And then I intentionally did not ask whether CTM was a buy. I already had my own opinion, and I wanted the artificial intelligence to challenge my thinking, because not only did I tell them that I plan to hold until $10, I gave it my thought out reasons as to why I want that to be the case, because I gave out a few key points talking about how I like the underlying business of the company. I like the transparency and the way that management communicates with their investors and their shareholders. I talk about the fact that they're in a sector such as cybersecurity and defense that is continuing to be seen as a top priority for the government. I mentioned their certification with CMMC, and I also talk about their backlog being massive, how they have built a solid foundation growing organically, and they're looking to really move the needle through acquisitions, and how they've been making great efforts to gain more institutional interest, and how I think they're going to be doing a good job executing in this way. So I personally put how I'm willing to hold for 5 to 10 years if necessary. But again, I also did mention that, because again, there's no guarantees in the stock market, I also do have my own personal opinion that there is a possibility for this to happen shorter than 5 to 10 years, potentially within a 1 to 3 year period. And I'm also going to be asking, what is your overall opinion, and is this a possibility? So I'm giving out my own personal reasons as to why this is my long-term thesis. And I also wanted to challenge my long-term thesis and my investing plan, if this is a good thing, if this is a good way to approach it. And also, I'm going to ask it one more thing. I'm also going to ask it, or not ask it, I'm going to give it more context. I'm going to say the reason that I am willing to hold for 5 to 10 years is because I am doing things that are already helping me generate more cash flow in the short term so that I am more comfortable holding for a longer time period. So I'm also just giving a context as to why I'm willing to hold for a longer period. So I also added that. So when I do this, again, first it's gonna when I press run strategy, what it's gonna do, it's gonna run all four. This is just the first prompt, but it's gonna be analyzing a few things. It's gonna be talking about revenue growth. It's gonna be talking about other key metrics such as margins, valuation, institutional ownership, profitability. It'll bring up things such as catalyst, liquidity, and just the overall financial strength of the company. And it's not just going to give me one sentence. It's basically performing an institutional style type of review. And you will see that when I press the run strategy. And the second thing that I asked it was, what are the biggest risks I'm overlooking? Simply just like that. Because where I think the artificial intelligence, specifically in prophecy, can become incredibly useful is, just to be clear, I'm not always right and AI is not always right, but investors naturally suffer from confirmation bias. And the thing about it is, if you're bullish on any given stock, you naturally look for more bullish information and you can kind of put the blinders on to any bearish type of information. And if you're bearish on a stock, it's going to be the opposite. You're going to be looking for more bearish information and you're going to put the blinders on anything that's bullish for the stock if you're someone that's trying to short any company and you are very pessimistic on it. So, quick reminder before we continue. If you're enjoying the content and want to connect with the community, check out the first link below for the free InvestQ community. And if you want access to advanced stock research and tools, the second link is a Prophecy 7-day trial for just $7. And last, if you want daily market updates and behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram using the third link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. What you're going to see here, when I do press run strategy, it's going to remind me about profitability. It's going to remind me about execution risk. It's going to remind me about microcap liquidity, institutional ownership, recent earnings inconsistencies, if that was the case. And it's also going to be talking about whether I agree with every point, even if it doesn't go along with my own personal opinion. So the point is, it's really forcing me to think in a non-biased way, and it's helping me analyze my long-term investing thesis, and it's really helping me not be too emotional and overly bullish on any stock that I'm more bullish than bearish on. And the next prompt that I asked it was, if they miss earnings tomorrow, what would likely happen? So this is actually kind of convenient that earnings is coming out because, again, this is also going to help in a different way, because instead of me thinking or just panicking, because say if I didn't have the AI, if they missed on their earnings report, like say if they underperform when it comes to revenue and they only come with 8 to 10 million, for example, just my personal opinion, I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's still helping me prepare for worst case scenarios. So instead of me just panicking, I'm already thinking, if their earnings miss, then I will not react, but I will prepare, and maybe whatever it is that it wants me to do, the AI recommends, I'll handle it in a certain type of way. So if X happens, then I will do Y, if you get what I'm saying. So that makes you a much more disciplined investor, rather than just someone that reacts to news that could be negative for your own portfolio, and then you just react emotionally and just sell or do whatever it is with your portfolio, rather than having a plan in place before the event comes out, before the earnings release comes out, and then you know how to respond compared to if you just didn't prepare at all. Now, the next thing that I asked it to build a position sizing strategy for someone with a higher risk tolerance. So it wasn't just telling me whether CTM was risky, it's going to adjust the strategy around my personal psychology. Now, that's a good thing because, first off, when it comes to anything regarding suggesting a position size or having a stop loss in place or a time horizon of when it is I should consider selling my position or anything else regarding risk management and volatility for a stock, this is completely changing and really helping me when it comes to how I can use artificial intelligence within my own long-term investing, my own approach when it comes to long-term investing. Because I want to make it clear that artificial intelligence, not even prophecy, should completely replace the research that you do. It shouldn't replace your own critical thinking, and it shouldn't replace SEC filings in any way. But instead, AI should challenge your assumptions, it should stress test your thesis, it should help you organize information, and it should help you become a more disciplined investor. So since I gave you all the prompts, I'm just going to let this run right here. And I do think that this is going to become part of every analysis that I do on a more frequent basis, because whenever I'm researching a company, I'm going to ask the AI 4 questions. Number 1 would be, what is it that I'm overlooking? Number 2 would be, what's the strongest bear case? Number 3 would be, what happens if my thesis is wrong? And number 4 would be, based on my own investing psychology, what's the smartest way to manage this position? So I don't want AI telling me what to buy, and I don't want it telling me what to sell. I want it specifically so that it can help me become a better investor. And in my own honest opinion, I think that's where this technology has the most value. So real quick, before I do log off on the video, I just want you to look at the strategies portion. I want you to look at the how the strategies does run, just so you guys can see it in real time. It's running the report for me, and the AI is doing its own thing. And shout out to Claude, because that's the AI that's doing it for me. It's Claude on the Prophecy AI app. And again, if you are interested in checking it out and dipping your toes in the water, check out the second link in the description below if you are interested for a $7 7-day trial. So yeah, just being a little patient right now because again, the AI does take a little bit of time once you do run the strategy. Maybe I should have clicked it like 20 or 30 seconds before. But just another 20, not even 20, more like 10 to 15 seconds, it'll probably be ready. And it's almost done. There we go. So here's all the information that's going to be providing to you. It's going to give it its own analysis, and it's going to show the raw data right below. And I'm going to slowly scroll to each of them so that you can pause the video and you can see the type of analysis that strategies does do for me and the ways that it personally does help me become a more disciplined and better investor, while not just using artificial intelligence solely just to do all the work for me. I don't want to be that type of investor, and I personally don't want you to be like that either. I don't want you to be lazy and just solely use artificial intelligence to do all the work for you, because again, there can be some, not misinformation, but there's sometimes that if you just have AI do all the work for you, you're just not going to be a better investor. You're not going to understand how to become a better investor. And sometimes there is times where the AI can be wrong. And if you're not doing your own, if you don't have your own critical thinking skills in place and you're not doing your own research to begin with, you're gonna have a little bit of you're just gonna have some blinders in place, and you won't get the whole picture, and you might do things just a tad bit incorrect, and it won't be the best that it could be. So yeah, there's step 2 and step 3, and then there's step 4. So yeah, just feel free to check that out if you did enjoy the video. Let me know what you think about the Prophecy AI app in the comment section below. And let me know what it is you want to see in future upcoming videos. And if you did enjoy the video, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. And again, second link in the description below for the $7 7-day Prophecy app. But with that being said, guys, InvestQ, David Figueroa out. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.